Here with us now to discuss this national trial attorney, Michael Jaafar. Michael, I want to ask you about how heavy of a lift is it? We've talked about the fact there are 5 defendants, 5 defense attorneys, but we haven't talked about what that means for the prosecution, because they're preparing not just for one trial, but really 5 trials in one, and they have to go up against 5 different attorneys and object to 5 different attorneys and respond to 5 different attorneys. Is that harder for the state?
10 times harder. Five different defense attorneys, 5 different defendants is not 5 times harder. It's 50 times harder. Very, very, very hard. As a matter of fact, this trial is very disorienting. I saw you guys debate earlier why somebody didn't, why none of them took a plea, and I was also asking the same question. I think your answer was the correct answer, Judge Ashley, but I'm sure the prosecution did not know that they would be trying all 5 people up until maybe a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure they thought somebody would take some plea. We don't know what kind of plea was offered, but trying against 5 people is more than 5 times harder. It's 50 times harder.
Mike, I got to ask you, in terms of looking at this case, one of the reasons perhaps no one turned, and I thought, was because maybe the defense thinks they've got a shot in a case like this, that it's not as strong of a case as a result of it being 50 times harder. How would you assess the prosecution's case here based on what we've seen thus far?
I think it's a very, very, very strong case because of the fact that the victim is a baby girl. I think that the jury, this is what the prosecution would have debated internally. The jurors are going to be inflamed by the fact that there's going to be pictures of a baby, beautiful girl that was murdered, and at least one of these people did it, and if they can prove that one of them did it, they're going to get the jurors to all believe that they were all in league with one another on some sort of a gang, some sort of a conspiracy. So I think that they feel that their case is strong. Doesn't mean it's very strong, but I think they believe it's strong.
Yeah, and that was one of the arguments by the defense attorney, saying if you lump them all together this way by trying them together, if they find one guilty, it's much more likely you find them all guilty.
Absolutely. Yeah. They were all there. Yeah. They're all guilty. And I just have to comment, that little girl is beautiful, Suni Bell.
Yeah, she's the cutest little girl. Yeah. All right, Michael, stand by. We're going to take a break. Still with us, national trial attorney Michael Jaafar. Michael, your reaction?
You know, there's a raging storm that goes through the mind of every defendant when they get convicted. I think the jury got it right. I thought there was a little bit of doubt, but I actually think the jury, I defer to their wisdom. I think they got it right. At the end of the day, I think they couldn't get over the fact that he was stabbed. I think when you see somebody and the allegation is, well, they committed suicide, you don't usually see people stabbing themselves where he had the stab wound. And the fact that she came back to the scene and her mannerisms with Jeff Hayes and all of that, I think that got them to the guilty verdict. So I defer to their wisdom. It's not a bad decision. Sad to see.
I think it's based on the evidence. Michael, we need to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back on the other side of Court TV, or front row seat.